In the year 48 BC, a young queen took a desperate risk. Cleopatra, last of the pharaohs, was locked in a deadly struggle for the throne of Egypt. Her own brother wanted her dead, so she did the unthinkable. She had herself smuggled into the presence of Julius Caesar, rolled up inside a bed sack, carried past the guards by a single loyal servant, and set down at the feet of the most powerful man in the world. When the cloth was opened, the Queen of Egypt rose before Caesar. That bold, scandalous entrance changed everything. It won her Caesar's protection, restored her to the throne, and for a brief time made her the most glittering woman on earth. She bore him a son. She later bound herself to Mark Antony. She ruled, she enchanted, she fought to keep Egypt free. Octavian crushed the combined forces of Mark Antony and Cleopatra at the Battle of Actium. 1 year later, he stood at the gates of Alexandria. Antony fell on his sword. Cleopatra, last of the pharaohs, died by the serpent. The story that began with a queen rising from a cloth ended in tragedy. In 30 BC, after her final defeat, Cleopatra died by the serpent. The last independent throne of the pharaohs collapsed. Egypt passed under the iron rule of Rome. The age that had stretched back thousands of years closed in the coils of the snake. Cleopatra shut herself inside her mausoleum with her two closest servants, Eros and Charmian. Together, the three women took their own lives. When the Romans broke in, they found the last queen of Egypt dead on a golden couch, her two companions fallen beside her, the final act of the age of the pharaohs. Long before Cleopatra, Moses stood before Pharaoh. He cast down his staff, and it became a serpent. The Egyptian magicians did the same, but Moses' serpent swallowed theirs. It was the first sign. The power of God would overcome the serpent powers of Egypt. Centuries later, the last pharaoh would die by the serpent, and the age of Egypt's old dominion would finally end. 1 generation later, in a quiet town called Nazareth, another story began. Not with a queen forcing her way into power, but with a young virgin who simply said yes. An angel appeared to Mary and told her she would conceive by the Holy Spirit. No political calculation, no desperate gamble for a throne, only surrender. I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled. In that moment, the eternal word took on flesh. The light of the world was conceived in the womb of a virgin. Cleopatra rose from a cloth to claim an earthly kingdom, and her line ended by the serpent. Mary opened herself to the Spirit, and from her was born the one who would crush the serpent's head. 1 generation after the last pharaoh fell, the true king entered the world, not in a palace, not with an army, but as a child, born of a woman who made herself nothing so that God could become everything. That is the difference between the kingdom that ends and the kingdom that never will.